Hey everyone, Roger here, and I'm excited to bring to you another episode of Outside the Box brought to you by the Barbell Box. Today we are speaking with Andrew Jones, founder and creator of Dance Fever 3D and also the creator of Living Life in 3D. I am excited to share his mission, his story, and how he's bringing movement into your day-to-day fitness regimen. Come with me, let's enjoy this episode. This is gonna be a good one. So, welcome Andrew Jones, aka Drew Jones, the man behind 3D Dance Fever, the man behind the movement, the fitness guru. We're super excited to have you on Outside the Box. We're super privileged to talk to you about this. We've known each other now for several months.
Yes,
and it's been a long time to get you on, but we're super thrilled to have you on and share your mission, your passion, because you're positively infectious, man. Like, honestly, when you talk, everybody should listen. So welcome. Thank you for being on, man. Thank you, Drew.
Roger, thank you for having me, and I'm going to give you the good old American intro. Andrew, Dance Fever 3D Jones, the one and only Dance Fever Apex movement with the squad. Big Roger on the ones and twos. We're here at Barbell Box. Get one, get two. Get your whole family set up. But we're here.
Love it. I love it, man. Thanks so much for being here. And honestly, I think it's important for people to know you were not you many, many years ago. So I always want to start with how you've become you, and a little sneak peek. You know, you're from Bakersfield, California, and you grew up in a very tough environment. And I let you kind of do your intro, but I want people to understand this is the idea behind this. Want to share your story and everything you're doing that would resonate with everybody. But please, sir, explain your story. Where'd you come from, and where are you today?
And I love to give the quick version. Nobody get tissues out during this story. So I am a preemie drug baby. Born at 6 months, immediately went into the social services system due to substance abuse and addiction, full of crack cocaine in my system. I've used that as a superpower, but was born, addicted to substances. My parents were gone. I went with my grandmother, had a social worker, got back with my maternal unit, which was never off drugs because people never actually get off these heavy substances. And that 10 to 18, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually abusive. At 18, I decided to emancipate myself. I entered university, and the rest is history. The first word that they taught me was autonomy. 3 bodies of government, legislative, executive, and judicial. So I then started to design my own life. I removed all the toxic information and all the trauma out to create a new life. First thing I picked up was dancing. I decided that I wanted to be a famous dancer. So that took me to beat all the dancers in my city. And I wanted to be famous, so I had to go to LA. I conquered that. I was able to travel the world doing crump dance, went to Australia, different states and things of that capacity. In 2010, I decided that I needed to add something to my dancing, and that was muscle. So while working at a California Department of Corrections facility, Tehachapi CCI, I would see the inmates working out. So then I would go home and work out. So in 10 months, I put on about 40 pounds of muscle. I put that together with my dance, auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance, found out about dance fitness while just dancing and lifting at the gym. The rest is history. Created a brand, created an image, and now I have 3 passports that are full. I just got back from St. Gallen, Switzerland a week ago, doing a big dance fitness class. So in addition to all that, I got my master's in addiction science. I became a sheriff for a couple years because I had the opportunity to go back just in case my entrepreneurial plans didn't work. But during that time, I was able to quantify it into a science. How did I become a crack baby to Dance Fever 3D, a patented formula, decision, discipline, destiny? Because studying addiction, being born addicted, I've had to contest that my whole existence. And that comes from making a concrete decision. My concrete decision was that I was not going to let my life trauma and trajectory destroy me. Then I had the discipline, which is the fitness, and the dance aspect, meaning that we know about discipline over motivation, so that I can now actively live in my destiny. And my job is to make sure everybody gets to their destiny. Because if I can do it, everybody can do it. Because these are all scalable learning skills.
Absolutely. And man, that was the best intro and explanation. I can literally just stop it here and we're good. But that was amazing. But we've had the privilege of speaking many times before this, and I got to learn about your story and learn about the things that you're doing that are so impactful, to a wide variety of ages, and from the youth all the way to adults, people like you had said that are in a penitentiary, and all walks of life that can take true value from what you're providing. But I want to kind of step it back a few steps, and talk about movement and the benefit of movement, how it's, how it can transform someone, but I want to correlate it to something that's very important and near and dear to you. How you grew up, or how anyone grows up, should not be the only blueprint for your future.
No.
And so I want to talk about how you've used movement and dance and fitness to help people get out of the mindset thinking that what they've done, how they grew up, where they are today is the only path they're allowed to be on, and that they may be stuck, or they may lose the mental drive and the discipline to get forward. So walk me through how it's become so integral for people to include in their life at the easiest of stages to maybe something you're doing a little bit more advanced.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And I'm going to hit you with a little science first, because I'd like to therapize and explain to people from a therapeutic standpoint. Okay. When they were deciding how people were going to look at their life, when the first therapist decided to put together a package, they chose the trauma story, but there were two more. So when they chose the trauma story, they looked at children's behavior as everything was tied into what they experienced as a child. So that's what the world chose. But they didn't tell you about the other two, which is everything that you go through is a hero story. And then the third one was that we are here developing skills to accomplish a goal. So although I lived where I lived out and everybody was saying trauma, I decided to become a hero and develop skills.
Love that.
So as it correlates to movement and the mindset, my whole thing is about teaching people the other two, that what you go through is a superhero story being told.
Right.
It's not, I do this because I was traumatized as a child or because I'm a crack baby. It's no, my life is a movie that I'm writing, and I'm Superman. And my mom gave me kryptonite, and I discovered I was Superman at 18. And so now I'm on a journey to develop skills, right? Because that's the energy that's needed to get to a destiny. Because at the age, right, what happens? We stop pursuing things. We stop being a hero.
Right.
We go, oh, I got the job, I got the house, I'm cool. Then we start to deteriorate.
Right.
You know this, right? Like even building muscle. We as men, we want to continue to grow our testosterone and flow in our testosterone. And how do we do that? By continuing to be a hero, developing skills.
Right.
So dancing and movement is the only thing that can foster that, because economic expenditure is just economic. But when you stop moving and you stop believing that you're a hero and you stop developing skills, that's when you die.
Yeah. That's so powerful, because it is such an applicable message. I find it applicable in every stage of someone's life, whether you're a youth and you're learning the foundational, strategies to grow strength, to being someone mid-40s who is, call it a professional, may not like their job, may be kind of living in this habitual mind frame where rinse and repeat, do the same thing, and feeling stuck in a rut. What's important, and your message is so loud and proud and impactful, because I feel that anybody can apply it, because take away the economics. So at Barbell, we talk about exploring different products to help you find the one that works with you for whatever your journey is and however you want to achieve that. Outside of the box talks about really with individuals like yourself on allowing yourself to own you and own who you want to become. Right?
Yes, yes.
So walk me through kind of, the youth is such a critical component because I feel like the stigma around don't start working out until you're 18, don't do that to your body, you're still growing. I find that totally BS, to be honest with you. I honestly believe you got to start at a young age because that's what builds the foundational strength, and you don't have to start complex. It's just movement and connecting it to who you are. And like you said, the hero that you are. So you do a lot with the youth, and I think you're an advocate for youth development through all of your philosophies and whatnot. Talk about how important it is for our youth to adapt this to this concept that you have, which I think is super impactful.
So I'll do two things. One thing that I love about the Barbell box, and I got to go here because when I received my box, I was looking at the quality of the products, right? Everything was good for you. And not that we are anti-peptide, anti-HGH. It's so critical for the youth to understand actual healthy nutrition and to understand the fallacies that are taking place within the fitness industry, right? Because what did you just say? People sometimes tell youth they're not supposed to work out. But wait, don't they play football? Don't they play basketball? Don't they play tennis, golf? So it's not that it's not that youth shouldn't work out. It's the fact that the youth definitely should not be injecting themselves with drugs to make them muscular, because we need you to work out, because in this society, with all the things that we're facing with, this is a brand new world in which you have to be completely mentally fortified to self-actualize in this world, because so many different things are selling you to not self-actualize. We have cell phones now, right? The average screen time is 8 hours a day. Yeah. And you're not even a seller. You're just a watcher and consumer. So it's so critical for the youth to understand that they have to live life in 3D, make a conscious decision as to what you want to be. Don't let anybody take you off that path. If you want to be a quarterback, don't let anyone tell you you have to be a linebacker. Because if you're making a conscious decision, you have the discipline to train like a quarterback, you can be a professional quarterback, because we have the actual tangible steps for everything with the technology. So it's so important for the youth that I therapize and work with to understand this. And this is what I do all day, because it's all that you have. Right. From your emancipation from childhood to the rest of your life, you have to live life in 3D, or else you will find yourself, and we can say this as grown men, you will find yourself feeling listless and dull. You will find yourself stopping the fight of life, right? You'll find yourself not having a reason to work out and be healthy anymore because you're finding other vices. So it's so critical for the youth to get this message early. And that's why I teach the youth worldwide about this, because I want the world to change and I want them to have a fighting chance, just like me and you can converse with the proper mindset to continue to fight against the things of this world that tell us that we shouldn't be alive this long. We shouldn't move. We shouldn't work out. We should just take these drugs to have our health and physique, when in reality, the drugs are not assisting us with being healthy. So I feel like it's everything. That's why I wanted to create a formula that everybody can use. That's irrefutable.
Hey guys, just want to take a quick break from the video to talk to you about Barbell Box. We're a monthly sports nutrition subscription box company. Every month, you get a curated box of sports nutritional products and snacks delivered to your home. It gives you an opportunity to explore the latest and greatest of what's in the market before you make a commitment on what you like. Join us on your first month subscription with a welcome discount and let us know what you think. And I love that. And we talk about this all the time where, fast forward from being a youth to a young adult, or to even a mature adult, having a family, having a job, etc.
Yes.
One of the things that I find concerning in our society is that there's this level of potentially giving up, where you feel like you're not strong enough mentally, physically, to start and to become the person you've always wanted to become. Yes. And I feel like societally there's this level of comparison, where if you are not that individual you see at the moment you lift your phone, the moment you turn on the television, anything that gives you access to quick comparison, then your level of motivation drops, and your ability to hold yourself accountable becomes less and less desired. And I think that like the ability to hold yourself accountable should be the main incentive to allow yourself to know progress is key. It doesn't happen overnight. And you being such a, well-versed, multi-layered individual, you must see a variety of different people, call it in the adult space, that may be stuck and don't know how to start and don't know why they should start, or don't even feel that they can start because they don't know how to get to the person they want to become. What are some of the things you can suggest or recommend that allow people to just start?
Okay, here we go. I love this. I was having a conversation in the sauna with about 10 random dudes yesterday. And so what I like to do is every couple months, I continue to create a new philosophy even for myself to keep going. So for the adult, what if you were at the halfway part in your life?
Mm-hmm.
I shared with someone, I said, so if you're 40, what's the average lifespan? 72 for males, 78 for women. I said, you're already past your midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So today has to be the day. You don't have it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, in a positive way, because that was kind of there's two stages of change, a catastrophe or inspiration. So I layered it with the catastrophe part. What if you're past your midlife? What if I only live till 80? Isn't it critical for me to wake up today and go do my cardiovascular exercise? Isn't it critical for me to eat the healthy foods?
Mm-hmm.
The inspirational part for an adult, I want you to think about the oldest person that survived in your family.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my biological father, I found out that he was 78. So I go, if I'm 40 right now, I have to outlive him
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't take care of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make it till 90.
Right.
I got 5 years before I reach my midlife point. So today is the day you have to start, because who told you you were going to live forever?
Right.
And you know that you can actually plan it and execute it with all the knowledge, the science, and the fact that you're hearing this formula to develop the decision, discipline, and destiny, because we have the information. You can go get your blood work. You can go see how your nutrition is affecting your body. You can see how your family situation is affecting your stress levels. Like, we have so much technology in which you could design. I could design me surviving till 90. So I share with every adult, make the decision today to be inspired, to not wait till a catastrophe. Because for us, let's say 40, 35 and beyond, it's critical to do it now, because you're setting up your life for 60.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't think about quality of life. People think, okay, I want to live but it's like, no, what if you get sick at 50? Do you want to be walking around limping for 20 years?
Sure.
Or wouldn't you have loved to set that 60 up when you were 35, 40? That way you can have a good quality up until the end. Because that's what we're seeing in the world, correct? How many medications, how many issues, how many surgeries, to where me and you both know, we look and go, yep, that could have been prevented. When my stepfather passed, cardiovascular arrest, he was 63 years old, 450 pounds. He checked in, didn't check out. And I thought about it. You didn't even get up and walk every day.
Yeah.
You didn't even start walking. You never thought in your life, let me get up and do exercise. So today is your day.
Yeah.
Today is the day.
And, I love that, because we've talked about prevention previously as well, and the importance of it, and how it doesn't have to be as big as people make it seem to be, where you can create mini objectives, mini goals, and track the wins as they go. And I think the 3D model is very much similar to that, where you can literally use this foresight methodology and think that, the decision, the discipline, and the destiny can be broken out into much palatable, bite-sized chunks. It doesn't have to be this 30-year plan.
No.
If, for instance, I'm thinking to myself, at the end of the month, I want to be this person. Okay, well, there's my destiny. I need to make a decision today what that's going to require me to take, and I need the discipline to get there to my end of month goal. That's a win if I could do it. And that 3D methodology that you advocate for and you've built and you've mastered is applicable to any age group at any stage in your life, as long as you just get up and do it the way you feel comfortable doing it, right?
Yes.
I think that's an important message.
Yes, and if I could add this, the reason why it starts out with decision, because you're right, this is for everybody.
Right.
I had a principal ask me, he said, so what happens when the person gets up and they look like they're doing this and doing that? I said, well, if it looks like they're actually failing, they didn't make an actual decision. And this is where I want to introduce why it has to be a concrete decision, because ambivalence is the reason for addiction. So for example, if we both say, I want to be healthier, right? If I say, Roger, I want to be healthy. I want to order a barbell box. You go, okay, these are the products. Go look at the videos. And then I go, Roger, you know what? This dude at the gym, he told me to get some HGH, some human growth hormone. But I said I wanted to get healthier. So guess what? I can do the barbell box and then this, and I'll be muscular. Wait. You didn't make a decision, because the barbell box and HGH don't mix, because that's human growth hormone. So I need you to say you want to be aesthetically muscular and unhealthy, but don't say you want to be healthy.
Right.
So you have to make a concrete decision, and that's why it can be used. And that's all I want people to do, because we support your decision either way. You just have to make a concrete decision so that you can get the discipline for your concrete decision. So that 30-day module you just gave, yes, what you described was a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, with a timestamp.
That's right.
So you make that decision and have a 30-day SMART goal, and then you just keep layering those. But like you said, it doesn't have to be this 30-year plan, because that's discouraging.
Very much so, yeah. And that's discouraging for anything you're trying to do. Absolutely. And so what's the best method you would suggest to have somebody like physically do it? Is it writing in a journal? Is it typing it in a computer? Is it voice recording yourself to go back and check on some of those things? Like, what do you suggest people use as their tracking method that allows them to stay committed to it?
Okay, I got two. This will be two-part. So I'm definitely a whiteboard writer.
Okay.
Get a big whiteboard. You can drill it in your room or in the living room somewhere. So you have a Expo pen. I want it to be big. I want you to walk by it every single day, because I feel like sometimes notebooks, calendars, they can get lost in the shuffle of the phone. So I want a whiteboard. And two, when it comes to health and wellness, this body, I need you to find somebody that looks like you want to look, with your structure, with your height, with your dimensions, so you can actually see what your physical end game will look like. And someone you know, or someone online? It can be online. It can be online. But I'm saying this because these are things that I've studied within people. Sometimes we look at the wrong people, because I feel like information is applicable to everyone, right? But if you, let's say I'm a 6'1" African American male, I can't go look at Kevin Durant as inspiration because he's 6'10". I can't go look at him because I don't want to look like him. So I need to find somebody that appeared to have all of my biological weaknesses and made them strengths. That way I physically can see what I could look like exactly if I stick to my plan. And then I design a healthier plan to get to what I physically can see. So finding somebody with your dimensions and with your desired outcomes. So you can physically see it, because I feel when we pick up this phone, you're scrolling, you see a white dude, a black dude, a Mexican dude, a Egyptian dude. You see this guy, he's on big steroids, and you go, oh man, I wish I had big biceps. Well, sir, you don't have a short bicep head. So find the people that look like you, and then have your goals written out. That way you can see exactly what you want to look like. That way you do not get caught up with looking at versions of things that don't apply to you specifically.
Love that tactic. And it's a cost-effective tactic. It's one that pairs visualization with execution, and you're consistently kind of testing yourself. And it's good to have that support. Find someone to do it with. Make them hold you accountable, and you hold them accountable at the same time. And I'm glad, because a lot of people are probably in this rut. And when this episode airs, at the end of the day, we're getting into a season where it's time to get moving. The weather should help you out across North America, it's going to be pretty much spring,
Yes.
summer. And so the ability to say it's too cold outside, I can't do it. It shouldn't be an excuse, but at least you're going to have a bit of a runway where to build that DNA in you again and be like, okay, come wintertime, it's that wireframe is built, right?
That part. And that's where the discipline comes in, because
That's
it
right.
correlates. Because why am I so specific? Because there is things to inspire you, but you have to be locked into that, because you just brought up weather, right?
Yes, right.
When you said that immediately, I go, yes, I'm going to make sure that if I have my phone and I'm on social media, I'm going to also watch the New York City calisthenic athletes that work out in the snow. So
There
when
you
I
go.
wake up, I got the visualization of who I want to look like. And then I also have my countermeasure to make sure I stay disciplined, because I'm looking and going, oh, I just saw people work out in the snow. Therefore, I'm constantly reinforcing the decision I made to stay disciplined so that I can get to
There
my
you go.
destiny.
No, that's amazing. Couple things before we want to kind of wrap this up. So a couple questions for you. Your take: movement in the morning or movement in the evening, if you had to choose one?
Ooh, this is tough, but like I said, I'm 40. So if we're looking at our biological clock, I feel like as a male, and I would say women as well, in the morning. In the morning.
Sets
Get
the
it
day.
done.
Sets the day. Sets the
Yes.
day. Get it going.
And then, if you like take any pre-workout or any caffeinated products, you're not taking them after 12 as to interrupt your recovery and sleep. So
Sure.
from a recovery and health standpoint, I would say apex, the best you can be, is get up and get on it. That way you don't have to think about it, but you took care of the most important thing. Because if you work out in the morning, you're not going to want to waste that workout by eating trash and being trash. You're starting out your day with giving yourself everything.
Right.
That way,
Right.
throughout your day, when you have to do your other duties, you go to work, you've already taken care of you.
Right.
You've already set the stage.
And last thing, you're done your movement. You've kind of broken that sweat. You crushed the day's goal. You built in your 3D execution for the day. What's your recovery looking like, and what do you recommend?
Recovery, and this is where I'm always bring up dance. What I need you to do is think about a creative recovery.
Okay.
Creative recovery, because that's what dance is for me.
Sure.
Dance is where I get to actually creatively recover. I get to move my limbs. I get to listen to music. I get to remove the stress and traumas of the day. And I get to recover and utilize the body that I built as to remove the sedentary things that occur throughout the day. And I feel like the creativity piece is the mental health part. So make sure that your recovery is movement based and creative.
Love that. Love that. This is amazing, man. I mean, talk to you for days about this because you're just such an inspiration. Your story, people should know more about you. They will know more about you. We are going to be providing all links and access to you through your socials and access to speak to you, book you as well. I've had the privilege of meeting you at a fitness expo where I've seen you work your magic with a group of people, and your group fitness, your group exercise events are like second to none, man. They're just incredible. But I want to thank you again for being on here, sharing the 3D vision structure and the capability of just executing something that is simplistic but yet effective, which I think is beautiful, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, man, you're a special human being, so thank you so much for everything you do for your community, for the world, for the youth, for adults in fitness and just overall well-being. You're special, man. You're very special.
Give me the chills. And I want everybody who sees this right now, if nobody tells you today you are loved, we love you. Why do you think that we are talking to each other to help you? Because we truly love you. There
That's
are
right.
people out here that are 24/7 figuring out ways to help strangers.
That's right.
So we love
Absolutely.
you.
That's right.
And you are blessed, smart, confident, and strong. Say it with me in the mirror. Say it right now. I'm blessed. I'm smart. I'm confident and strong.
That's right, man. You just hit it on the button.
I appreciate you. You gave me the chills. I just appreciate the flowers. And I
Thank you, man.
all the work we're doing. And I'm gonna get back out to saving the world right now because I'm a hero. I got to go save these youth. I got to come
You do
with
it, man.
you. And I'm excited. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for you, and you keep doing what you do.
Thank you, my man. You're special, man. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to touching base again very soon.
All right. Barbell Bob.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. We'll see you.